Hello everybody, welcome back to Creed. In today's video, I'll be sharing some intriguing aspects of the Egyptian Book of the Dead. This ancient text, also known as the Egyptian Book of Life, or the Book of Going Forth by Day, served as a guide for the deceased during their journey through the afterlife. While we won't be able to cover the entire book today, I've discovered some lesser known aspects that I find truly fascinating. So, let's begin. Before we dive in, let's briefly touch upon the history of the book. It dates back to around 1550 BCE to 1070 BCE, even those origins can be traced further back. Comprised of chapters and spells, the book aimed to assist the dead in navigating the trials and challenges they would face in the realm of the Duat. It covers various aspects of the afterlife, including protection against evil forces, the judgment in the Hall of Ma'at, and the ultimate quest for eternal life. One of the central figures in the book is Ani, a scribe whose journey through the afterlife is depicted in its pages. His ultimate goal is to attain eternal life, achieve moral righteousness, and join the ranks of the gods in the divine realm. To aid individuals on their journey through the darkness of the Duat, priests and scribes would sell spells and protections against the beasts that threatened to devour their souls. However, the fact that these spells were only accessible to those who could afford them raises questions about the potential corruption of these beliefs over time. Let's now dive into one of the spells that were used in the book. Spell 30B, the Heart Scarab. This spell aimed to prevent Ani's heart from standing against him as a witness during the weighing of the heart ceremony. The heart's testimony held great significance as it determined one's moral righteousness and adherence to the Ma'at, the principle of truth and justice. By employing this spell, Ani could deny any accusations of murder or theft, and the gods would remain unaware. Sounds more like a trial than a ceremony. I wonder whether such a spell was an original part of the book or added at a later stage. The Egyptian Book of the Dead contains a vast array of 200 spells and incantations, each addressing different aspects of death and the afterlife. Some of these spells were designed to counter specific demons and obstacles encountered on the journey. For example, there were spells to transfer life force into statues or to restore limbs and organs snatched by monsters. Additionally, spells like Spell 185, also known as Spell for Breathing the Air, ensure the deceased's ability to breathe in the afterlife, providing sustenance and life force. While it may be challenging to believe in the literal truth of these spells and the journey itself, I do find it fascinating to explore potential connections with other ancient works. For instance, the journey through the Egyptian afterlife shares similarities with the Greek and its underworld. When we look at ancient civilizations, it's not uncommon to see similarities in their myths and beliefs, likely due to the cultural exchanges that took place between neighboring civilizations. In the case of the Egyptian Book of the Dead, the Greek mythology, and the Sumerian Tablets, there are indeed some parallels to be observed. Let's start with the Egyptian journey through the afterlife. The Egyptians believed in a complex afterlife, wherein the deceased would face various trials and tribulations in the underworld or Duat. They had to face numerous gods, demons, and other challenges to reach the field of reeds, the equivalent of heaven in their belief system. Similarly, in Greek mythology, the deceased would journey to the underworld ruled by Hades. Here, they would face the judgment of the three judges of the underworld, Minos, Rhadamanthus, and Aeacus. I do apologize if I butchered those names. These judges would decide the fate of the soul, whether it would enjoy the tranquility of Elysium, suffer in Tartarus, or spend eternity in the Asphodel Meadows, a place for those who were neither virtuous nor evil. The connection to the Sumerian pantheon is a little more indirect, but still no less fascinating. The Sumerians believed in an underworld known as Ker, ruled by the goddess Ereshkigal. Here, all souls, regardless of their earthly deeds, would end up here after death, living a dreary existence as shadows. There is no concept of judgment or reward/punishment for their earthly lives, which starkly contrasts the Egyptian and Greek beliefs. However, the concept of an underworld journey is still shared between these civilizations. It's worth noting that the Sumerian civilization predates the Greek and Egyptian civilizations, and as one of the earliest cradles of civilization, its myths and beliefs may have influenced later cultures. However, it's important to remember that these similarities could also be due to a shared human need to understand and explain the mysteries of life and death. Now, I've heard from a few people I either know or have watched a video from that says Christianity has gotten its 10 commandments from the Egyptian Book of the Dead. I don't know how true this is, not really sure how this could be seen that way. I could be wrong, but there are a lot of issues here when you want to compare the two. So I'll try and tackle them one by one. First off, the Egyptian Book of the Dead dates to the beginning of the New Kingdom, which is around 1500 years older than Christianity. Not 5,000 years. But that's irrelevant anyway, because the 10 commandments came down to us from Judaism, not Christianity. Otherwise, I don't believe there's anything left to explain. The 10 commandments are 10 very broad moral precepts that the Hebrews considered to be the most basic and fundamental standards of human behavior. Presented in the form of legal prohibitions, the 42 negative confessions in the Egyptian Book of the Dead is a far more granulated list of prohibitions presented in the form of an oath sworn by the pharaoh when he gives an account of his life in the Hall of Ma'at. In my opinion, this isn't similar enough to the Bible to claim that the 10 commandments stem from it. The number of commandments is vastly different, but the lists themselves are also quite different. The Egyptian commandments offered no prohibitions against violating the Sabbath or any other sacred day, disobedience to parents, bearing false witness in legal suits, speaking the name of God or any god in vain, the worship of images, or covetousness. That's already 7 of the 10 commandments that have no direct parallel to the Egyptian negative confessions. In fact, the only commandments that do have direct parallels in the negative confessions are the prohibitions against murder, theft, and adultery. Those aren't exactly earth-shattering advancements in human morality. Virtually every culture on earth has maintained these same 3 commandments in some way, shape, or form. And aside from the many other commandments given to the Hebrew people from God, 613 commandments to be exact, the Bible actually contains 2 complete sets of the 10 commandments. In addition, in the Bible, in Leviticus 19, contains a partial set of the 10 commandments. And Exodus 34, verse 10 through 26 is sometimes considered a ritual decalogue. So asking Christians or Jews to explain why the ancient Hebrews and the ancient Egyptians shared the 3 most common moral values in human history is like asking Christians how they explain the fact that ancient Greeks drank wine. It boils down to a universal commonality against evolving human societies. But even so, as we dive into these ancient texts, it's striking how similar the human experience of grappling with life's biggest question remains. Regardless of time and place, even today, these narratives continue to inspire our literature, movies, and even our personal spiritual journeys. One thought-provoking aspect is the description by Atum, the creator of Egypt, who describes the universe as a united mind that divided itself to bring forth creation. This concept resembles the idea of the everything is one mind belief in Gnosticism, or the Hindu belief that everything is mind. Such parallels across different belief systems raise intriguing questions about the nature of existence and the interconnectedness of ancient wisdom. So, in our journey today, through the Egyptian Book of the Dead, we dived into its history, considered the trials of the afterlife, explored intriguing spells, and drew comparisons with other ancient belief systems. We also analyzed the possible links between the 10 commandments in the Bible and the negative confessions in the Book of the Dead, revealing the profound differences and the few parallels in their moral precepts. While these ancient texts, steeped in mystery, may not offer definitive answers, they certainly encourage us to question, to explore, and to contemplate the diverse ways in which humanity has sought to understand the world, the afterlife, and the very nature of existence. The wisdom of the past continues to challenge us, to inspire us, and to broaden our perspective. I sincerely hope you found this foray into ancient Egyptian beliefs as captivating as I have. If you've enjoyed this journey and look forward to more explorations into the realms of ancient wisdom, mysteries, and the unknown, please do like this video and consider subscribing to my channel. Your thoughts, insights, and comments are most welcome, so please don't hesitate to share them below. I'm very eager to engage with your perspectives. As always, thank you so much for being a part of this intellectual adventure. Until next time, please like, comment, and subscribe, and be safe, everyone.